And welcome back to GSA, folks, for our final playoff match of the evening. This is our 70-star league match between the one, the only Pancake Jones, Puncayshun himself, and Blue Esports' own RockChalk. I'm Electric, trapped here in the commentators booth, but somehow other people able to get in, namely Scotch and Ty Guy for his first comms. How are you feeling before this, man?
I'm feeling pretty good, Electric. I appreciate the invite, and I appreciate you unlocking the door. Feels pretty good. I'm excited about this first race. You got Punkay versus RockChalk. Punkay, number 1 seed, obviously, and RockChalk, number 8 seed. Taking a look at their stats real quick. Punkay, 10-1. His only loss was to Cheese, and if we take a look at that loss, taking 2 deaths there in Lethal Lava Land and Tall Mountain. So we're going to look to see him be clean here. Take it easy. You know, make sure he's not taking any deaths like that. He's consistent across the board. And then you look at Rock. He just needs to clean things up here and there, going 3 and 8, and looks like we're going to get started here.
Yep. A quick little synchronization between these two guys. And yeah, both of these guys really top-level players. Puncayshun really needs no introduction whatsoever, but RockChalk having to go ahead and do one quick restart, looks like.
And here we go.
And so going into this race, something to kind of watch for on RockChalk's specific side is that he's been doing a whole lot with 120 star recently. Namely, in the past couple of days, he actually PB'd, accomplishing his goal of beating Siglemic's 143. So congrats to RockChalk for that. But even though most of the stars are similar between 120 and 70, there are a couple of instances like Wet Dry World 100 that are exclusive to 70. So, you know, it's definitely going to be interesting to see if he has put the practice time in to be able to keep those consistent, or if, you know, the 120 star grind has maybe impacted a couple of the 70 only stats.
Well, I'm thinking that since he got that PB there in 120, maybe he can carry over some of that confidence over into 70 star here with this first race. Talking to him a little bit, he has to go against Aki very first in 16 star. So I asked him, you know, how do you feel about your race against Punkay? He says, what do you think? And then he talks about how he has to play against Aki, obviously, with the 16 star. So
yeah, the double hard competition, that's for sure. And
fire, going through the fire.
And neither of them, especially Punkay, not opting for Island Hop. You know, at this level, it's not entirely surprising to see someone go for something like that. Namely, you see the guys like Luigi that are known for the really risky strats doing that. But, you know, with Punkay kind of, you know, I wonder how exactly he's going into this race. If he's going to be kind of trying to play a bit conservatively, or if he's going to be going for some of these risks, thinking that, you know, maybe it'll pay off versus RockChalk. But first, both these guys nearly synchronized going into the slide. You know what time it is. Go ahead and post those guesses in chat. I'm thinking Punkay is going to pull off a 12-6, RockChalk a 12-7. What about you?
I'm thinking 12-5 and a 12-8 with RockChalk having 12-8 here.
Nice little even split there, and doubled 12-7s.
And just to preface, they both had really nice ball grabs for that first star in Ball on Battlefield. And we're moving into Womp's Fortress.
Those synchronized door openings. If it weren't for that just little bitty text box difference, I almost would have thought that we were just watching the same stream twice.
This is a really beautiful entrance into this playoff round, and here's where things can get kind of wonky.
Punkay opting to start with the 100 coin, not going for the pro strat. So as long as he gets this movement pretty clean, the cycle is pretty well going to be free. Ooh, and RockChalk missing Owless.
That's going to hurt
rage camera turns.
That's going to hurt him big time. He's going to have to retry for it, taking a little stutter step, and he'll grab it on his second go.
Oh, and that fence bounce, that was a bit of a monka there. Really, whenever you're going at the cage from that particular angle, it can be kind of weird actually getting in there. Personally, I prefer going at it from a bit more of an oblique. I find that it's a lot easier for me to make it right over the side of the cage that way.
We've got Punkay cleaning up his red coins and his 100, and it's looking pretty good so far. RockChalk going for texture setup.
And it's good. Nice 2-second payoff there.
That's nice. That'll build his confidence, you know, getting that texture setup after messing up on Alice.
And, you know, in some cases, the texture setup can almost be as consistent for people, just depending on how much time you've put in and, like, how well you're able to tell exactly where Mario's aligned. Because it's weird, unless you do the plank push, there are sometimes that the sock folder setup just fails for the weirdest of reasons.
Well, it's all about being at the right place at the right time, I guess.
Okay, so both of them making a nice full cycle on the 100 coin, looks like.
And Punkay will have a little bit of extra time on RockChalk, having gotten that Alice on the first go. Missing that coin there.
Yeah, that'll be okay, fortunately. Ooh, but taking that slide off the thwomp, fortunately, not having to deal at all with the cycles after that, so it's not as major as an early mistake, but still a mistake.
Here we go!
Able to clean it up nice.
Punkay getting his cannonless, nice and easy, breezy, beautiful.
Cover girl.
Cannon girl. And now, of course, Punkay with that movement right over to shoot into the wild blue. Yes, Crimson Cat. They will be they'll actually be running anywhere from 4 to 9 races. If one person wins both races in the first 2 matches, then that'll be it with 4 races. But if the wins keep getting split, we could see up to 9 races. And Senior Kittens, what's happening with Cannonless is the way you're supposed to do that star is shoot at that corner with the cannon, and it'll break that corner off, unveiling the star. But because that corner is a separate polygon from the rest of the wall, there's a very, very tiny gap. And if you get Mario to ledge grab on that gap, he will actually make contact with the star and thus go ahead and start the star grab animation. And so the setups that these guys are doing,
messing up there with that womp.
That's you really don't see that too often. At least he's still able to align and get that star pretty handy. But yeah, so the setups that they do, you only have 2 pixels that you can hit the wall with Mario that he'll actually ledge grab the star. But when you do one of those 2 setups, the sock folder setup where you see them starting with the backflip from the ledge grab, that uses the fact that like a punch will always move you a specific distance, and the camera setup means that holding down will always lead Mario to a specific spot. That just makes it so that the lineup is very, very consistent. The texture setup relies on you basically skip the first part of the sock folder setup, instead opting to end up aligning just visually. And there's a pretty good chance that you'll get it, but there's also times that like you align it just a little bit off and it just, everything messes up. Punkay with the 12-8, a little bit less consistent on the slide, that 1/10 of a second loss. Let's see what RockChalk can manage to do with this slide. I'm going to go ahead and guess a 12-7 from him.
Looks like Punkay was a little bit further to the right there on that corner that you're kind of aiming for, and Rock with a nice little 12-7. We've got about 13 seconds of difference as we're moving into wing cap reds.
Ooh, nice clean flying from puncayshun. It's really, really easy to lose some significant time to the flying in this game.
We'll see how Rock takes this. I saw him practicing this and having to turn around and double back on some of these coins here.
Yeah,
so it
especially
looks like he's doing fine.
Yep, perfect. And getting that nice like camera re-angle and putting Mario in a nice position to get this rollout here. Opting for the landing strat. I wasn't quite looking at Punkay when he did the rollout on the Switch, but I believe he does the, instead of landing and then jumping, diving, and rolling out, I think he actually lands on the Switch and does the rollout right off the Switch.
I've seen that done a couple of times. It's impressive. And now we're moving into Dark World. Punkay starting off with his red coins. And RockChalk dropping in.
Yeah, RockChalk missed Alice and then just had a couple of little bobbles towards the end of Womps. I think he also got crushed by the big Womp, so. But Punkay with a really, really nice Dark World so far. Let's see.
Both gentlemen looking real clean as RockChalk goes over that elevator there.
Beautiful cycle. Punkay is one of those guys that actually goes for that box rollout strat. Shoutouts to Paracusia for really kind of or especially like making a video with the input display on it. It makes Zaya cycle a lot easier. The box rollout can be a bit weird, but it's certainly easier than having to do that weird elevator dive that normally is required for Zaya.
RockChalk had a little bit of a... Oh, RockChalk!
Okay, able to stay on that platform. That was a bit of a monka. Wow.
Here, it's been interesting. RockChalk has had these small little tiffs here and there, but he's able to recover pretty quickly, so he's not losing too much time and not really delaying and pausing or anything like that. He's making sure to just pick off and say, okay, you know, I made a mistake, move on.
Yeah, and I'm definitely glad RockChalk has adopted the Mario Cam rage strat rather than the rage pausing.
I've seen that a couple of times over the past couple of days. It's very, very Monka-esque.
And we see Punkay going in for his sky jump here. You know, I actually can't remember the last time I've seen someone mess up this star. Hopefully, Commentators curse not in effect this season.
Trying my best. This is my first time in here. I'm not gonna curse anyone. Hopefully, I'm trying to stay away from that. Trying to keep my hands clean.
I mean, I feel like admitting that you're not trying to curse anyone kind of stirs up the mojo even more.
Or maybe you're right. Very clean. Punkay,
you know, Punkay proving that superstition isn't always the best option since no commentators curse whatsoever. Yeah, based Arceus. I'm not going to curse anyone.
I saw that. RockChalk also keeping it clean, and we move into Cool Mountain.
Yeah, Cool Mountain overall a pretty nice stage. Punkay, of course, going for this nice advanced diving strat.
That star right there that Punkay just went for can make or break a run to a degree. I've seen a lot of people over the past couple of weeks messing up on that one in particular and having to recover. Both of them keeping it clean though.
What is good about that advanced strat though is as long as you get the wall kick, even if you end up like falling off of the platform or anything like that, I think backing it up with the standard wall kicks will work. Like side flip wall kick is actually faster than going for the beginner strat in the first place. Because the advanced strat saves 8 seconds, so if you end up missing that platform and back it up with the side flip quickly enough, you'll only waste like I think 4 or 5, as opposed to actually getting the advanced.
Punkay moving on to his 100 coins. Sliding fast down that map.
Yep, and setting up for CCM 17 here. We have seen Punkay at some earlier matches go for Toxic Maze and HMC early, but could certainly also see double plus from him. I feel like that's a bit more likely given that it's a playoff match, but you never know.
Well, and the big thing I was thinking about going into this is Punkay gonna, you know, having beaten RockChalk in the regular season, is he going to use these harder strats, or is he going to say, okay, you know what, I'm going to pull back a little bit on these strats, take it easy, not stress myself out too much? I don't know if that's Punkay's mindset, though. I think he's more of the kind of guy to say, hey, I'm gonna do everything.
Yep. And you say that, Rickster, but sometimes it just, you never know. You really got to wonder where Punkay's headspace is at. I'm pretty sure he's the type that watches other runners whenever he's in races with them. But, you know, I wonder if he's just playing it safe and just trying to get what he may kind of see as a bit of an easier win, or if he's going to go ahead and do some of these risks just to make sure that the speed is up to the highest standard possible. As Punkay, though, goes into BBH, which arguably kind of is not a very speedy stage.
It's definitely one of the slower stages here.
I mean, there's a reason you only get 2 stars here, but hey, at least we do get to see the haunt rather than like getting in a JRB situation where we just don't even get to see the course at all. Really, really nice strat to get on top of that fence there. That's a pretty that as you saw there with him landing like just in the corner of that fence, that can go really wrong really easily. When opting for the Mario cam there, I don't know the last time I've seen that. Normally, you just see people going with the standard camera angle, so.
Punkay pulling out all the stops.
And we're about to see him go back in for the haunted books.
RockChalk kind of messing up here.
Yeah.
Not doing the faster strat, having to kind of move around. Oh, he wall kicks off the roof there. But picking it up regardless.
That nice, pretty quick side flip. And getting that start with that kick. That kick can be a little bit finicky to actually grab the star with it. Normally, you just end up using the kick to get over the fence onto that balcony, but if you're someone like Punkay, you can pretty handily use it for that instead. So let's see, Punkay going to be going down into SSL. But first, he's going to be grabbing everyone's favorite rabbit.
Good old Mipsy.
And the punch grab. Risky, but clean, and it pays off.
He's known for that. I've seen him over the past couple weeks, and he's been doing that a lot more, and just being very, very efficient and effective with that strat over sliding.
Okay, so here we go on that first pillarless attempt. Nice big old bomb.
Not going for Tama.
Yeah, certainly can't blame him. I definitely think he's going to be going for Toxic Maze if he's not going for Tama.
Makes it look easy, though.
Yep. And RockChalk going for Tama. Gonna be saving a couple of seconds over Punkay, and Punkay going for double plus, while RockChalk having trouble clipping in. He does manage to clip in, though. So Punkay in a really, really nice position. So not having to deal with Toxic Maze whatsoever. Nice and clean double plus. Ooh, taking that little bonk there. Taking just a moment to make sure that he did actually grab that secret. Easy peasy. Double plus is free for puncayshun, it seems. And RockChalk also going for that double plus. Neither of them committing at all to So RockChalk getting the Tama twice, but ending up wasting some time both times on the clip.
It looks like he wasn't getting that precise angle that you need to get in there. But again, he's taking these mistakes and he's saying he's getting it right out. After he makes the mistake, he's going right for it.
I mean, RockChalk is still within 20 seconds, so that's still pretty great. Especially like coming out of a stage like SSL, where he actually did make up some time with that double Tama plus. So going for that right side pillar movement, no real reason to risk the left side for Talon here.
Cleaning up SSL. Both guys are looking pretty clean for the most part, though. Nothing dramatic in any way, shape, or form. RockChalk, again, like you said, he's keeping it close. Not seeing anything too crazy so far.
And Punkay with these nice dives here. That dive going over that fireball always makes me monka so hard. All right, and
RockChalk falling close behind.
Yup. A red coin puzzle, I believe, is like a 14-second star if done optimally. So I would say it's probably about like a 16, 17-second lead considering the transitions too.
RockChalk is opting to go straight for the bully star.
Ooh, and that ground pound doesn't quite knock him off. Meanwhile, Punkay having issues triple jumping off the top of that arch. The fence clip, or no actual clip there, but totally fine grab on the star. So a little bit of a bobble towards the beginning of LLL for these two. And they haven't even ventured into the volcano for what's honestly the really difficult part.
Starting to see some tears in the fabric here. And yeah, looking for lava boost from both of these guys. Seeing what strategy they go with here. And Punkay going into the volcano here.
Opting for this, slightly
Safer.
easier, yeah. Still a long jump lava boost, but kind of interesting despite Punkay practicing the pro lava boost so much.
RockChalk having a little bit of trouble there with the 3 bullies and having to clean it up. But gets a star.
And Punkay going to be headed back into that volcano for the elevator tour. Once you've got lava boost out of the way, elevator tour is a lot less menacing by comparison.
Well, you're not having to worry about it because you don't have to think about, okay, am I going to get lava boost here now? It's just, like you said, you can just get it out of the way and not stress too much about it. Rock having a little bit of trouble there.
Yeah, making that same exact mistake. That's,
Fortunately, that bonked into the star.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where Punkay gives RockChalk some room to, maybe make up some time, and RockChalk just kind of says no.
Well, and that's the thing we've been seeing is that Rock is just allowing Punkay to take seconds after seconds, just chipping at the stone, giving Punkay that lead.
A nice movement through these reds from RockChalk as Punkay finishing up triple L.
Looking like he's jumping out of there about 27.
Yeah, an elite moral minority, exactly right. RockChalk is playing really, really well right now. Punkay is just playing at a mad level. He is really playing out of his head right now.
You're right. I mean, Punkay's only having a couple small issues here and there. Nothing too serious. He's just consistent, clean play. Something that we're accustomed to seeing with Punkay.
Yep. Punkay really is just an insane consistency king. All right, and Punkay now going to be moving into triple D. RockChalk going to be finishing up triple L with this elevator tour. And now you have tuned in to Mario Geographic, the only channel with actual footage taken from the Dire Docks via underwater cam. The Mario is one of nature's most majestic swimmers. From birth, the Mario tries to optimize the swimming technique as much as possible. And we see here the Mario on the left side very, very cleanly grabbing these chests with those little doughy hands. The dough hands must be able to fit the lock very, very easily or something. I'm not exactly sure how the Mario is able to open these locked chests so handily.
Electric working on his ASMR voice for his channel.
Yeah, these chests can be a little bit of a monka sometimes, but both these guys are pulling it off really, really well. I really love that swim that kind of takes advantage of the way the vortex pulls you. Now, the Mario comes up now to one of its largest natural predators, the front submarine. You see that the submarine causes a lot of very slow, methodical slides, if you will. And so the Mario really needs precision to be able to make it. And just like that, the Mario conquers his biggest natural enemy.
Punkay keeping that front side sub.
Yeah,
Nice
what's
and
really,
clean.
really difficult about front sub is, as anyone that's watched like the Pan and Coic videos knows, when you actually press A from an unpressed state, that's what makes you jump. And if you happen to land that press on a lag frame, the game will read the input, but because it's on a lag frame, it doesn't apply that input. It's kind of it's a weird thing that like the input isn't technically dropped. If you were using like Usamoon with the input display, you could see that the A button is getting detected. But because the press happens on the lag frame, whenever the next real frame comes, the game detects that as you just holding A. And now these guys, or at least Punkate, moving into Fire Sea. He's going to be fighting for that Lava Boost early LEs, using that real nice new movement, but ending up doing the slide there. I don't know exactly how much time that wasted. With the new setup for Lava Boost, you do have a bit easier of a time making the cycle. So I don't know if that actually, I don't think that cost Punkate the cycle, but
Wow,
Punkate
making that
barely
cycle
making
very
that.
nicely.
Wow, just barely sliding his way on top of there as RockChalk moves in. RockChalk really does not have a lot of room for error at all in this Fire Sea. Yeah, and Punkay with that wild lag reduction, using the camera like that is more difficult, but ends up saving a decent number of lag frames. So Punkay just on fire at the moment. This is a really insane run from Punkay. I don't think he hasn't made any real mistake. I don't think.
I mean, other than the slight mistake in, I believe it was Womps. Other than that, and RockChalk ground pound rather than, and he's gonna miss. He's gonna miss Lava Boost there. He's gonna have to opt for just the normal climbing up the stairs that way. Unfortunately,
yeah, at least he makes
there.
early LEs though.
Yeah.
Missing that whole cycle would have been really brutal, especially with Punkay making what he made. Ooh, but RockChalk missing that red coin. Trying so hard to have some kind of good ending. Yeah, realistically, right now, a 47 is possible on Punkay's side, which is just insane. Like, that... Punkay is not playing in a fair way at all. Wow. According to Zoanon, this is 11 seconds behind the world record.
Just taking care of Bowser very, very easily and moving on upstairs. Punkay, some of the cleanest play all season.
Yup.
Moving in Wet Draw World.
Yeah, if Punkay would have done Island Hop, this would be within 10 seconds of world record. But I mean, you really can't blame him for not going for something like that.
Double box break there. That was, he does it twice.
Double! Nice!
Just impressive play from Punkay. Just showing it off. You know what? He's pulling off all the stops for everybody to see and say, hey, you know, I know what I'm doing. I'm the man. I'm going to take this.
The double-double, yes. Punkay getting his inspiration from In and Out, showing off that double-double. Thank you so much, chat, for pointing out that name. I am honestly mad I did not think of that. I love In and Out. Punkay having a little bit of trouble sliding around on that pillar there. Moving around that pillar efficiently is pretty difficult. Is RockChalk going to be joining him upstairs? RockChalk still, as insane of a run as Punkay is on, RockChalk is really holding his own still.
RockChalk's only slightly under a minute behind. So again, it's just slight mistakes here and there, like I said before, where he's allowing Punkay to just grab seconds here and there. But he's
RockChalk
right
missing 3 coins from that jump there. I really can't even necessarily call that RNG, I don't think.
No, I would agree with you on that.
Yeah, and Punkay with a very nice Wet Dry World 100.
Scuttlebug not being nice to RockChalk there.
Yeah, unfortunate there. Let's see how Punkay handles the rest of Wet Dry World. Going to be going for the 2 triple jump wall kick starters real quick.
And he is just pulling off all the moves.
Right, Elite Moral Minority. I hate to be that guy, but in this level, there's spiders. The scuttlebugs are specifically in Hazy Maze Cave, and what other level are they in? I know there's a couple in another level as well. Yeah, I think these are actually technically just called skeeters.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, BBH, that's the other one, my bad. And you're good. They look so similar, like body-wise. It's just the coloration really that's different.
Right.
And I can't believe I never noticed this. Scuttlebugs actually have fangs. Go into HMC and like just like kind of walk around a scuttlebug. Scuttlebugs actually have fangs. I never noticed it in like my 22 years of playing this game. Puncay with just such a clean wet dry world though, making those triple jump wall kicks look super easy.
There's just nothing I can say about Puncay. He's just done everything almost to perfection. Just walking out of wet dry world, just making it look simple, and he'll move on.
A sub 29 wet dry world. Puncay is definitely still on 47 pace. This is just wild. This is Puncay is now 9 seconds behind world record. He managed to save time on world record's wet dry world.
RockChalk messing up on that triple jump, having to go with the boxes.
Yeah, not a huge deal, fortunately. Puncay, beautiful secrets. And oh, nice Pancake Jones with the Mario pancake. Beautiful, just beautiful. And now he's just got that little mountain clip, and then of course the piranha extermination.
There's really nothing that can slow this guy down.
Yeah, and like based on how far apart they are, you would think that RockChalk has messed up considerably, like taken multiple deaths or something, and it's nothing like that. Puncay is just playing out of his mind. What if Puncay world records on this run? Knowing, I'll probably be mad that he didn't do Island. Like that is the type of player that he is. 2 hands, 1 sword, asking how many Neo bars did he eat? You know, Neo bars may end up being banned from speedrun competition if Puncay manages to get world record with their power.
RockChalk having some difficulty here with secrets and THI. But again, he's sliding down the mountain there.
Yeah, not actually sliding all the way down, fortunately. That's really good. Okay, and Puncay going to be moving on now to TTM. This is where things really start to heat up, because there's some pretty wild strats you have to deal with in TTM. Let's see if he ends up starting out with Breezeless. Now, I remember seeing his tweet where he, for whatever reason, had like kind of lost his consistency with Breezeless, but I wonder if he's recovered from that, or if he ends up. Okay, so he's going for it.
We're gonna find out right now. He's going for it, and does he get it? Yes, he does get it!
Nice, easy clip in there. Beautiful, just beautiful.
He can't do anything wrong.
As he has said numerous times, Breezeless is free, at least for puncayshun. Now let's see if he can pull that momentum through the rest of TTM. Nice mountain clip there. Okay, triple jump is good.
RockChalk taking care of piranhas.
Yeah, Puncay making his way right up to the top of that mountain. He's got to do it one more time, and then, of course, has to contend with Reds.
Reds was what actually caused a death for him against his race with Cheese, so hopefully that doesn't come back to bite him.
Puncayshun taking the time to post in the Discord group, I'm playing really amazing and I have no idea why.
He's doing this for the fans. It's all for the fans, man. Oh, and RockChalk taking a bonk there.
Yeah, what a way to take a bonk trying to enter. I mean, Tall Mountain is like the smallest opening of a stage, so, you know, it's certainly easy to bonk there, but you hate to see it. And very nice box jump there. I've only seen that fail like once for someone. Yeah, this is certainly in the realm of PB pace. That is just wild.
For the first time me commentating, this is something to behold and something that I'm happy to see. And here we go with Punkay taking care of Reds.
Okay, nice. Taking it a little bit slow. Can't blame him. No mistakes, though, so that's certainly going to be beneficial.
He didn't opt for the dive there at the end. I'm thinking that he's trying to keep it safe like you were saying there.
And it's good and clean. Nice reds, you know, maybe losing like a second and a half just to the little bit of slow down there. But, I mean, so much better than the alternative. And Punkay now moving into... Whoa. 4 seconds behind world record, according to chat.
RockChalk messing up on his breeze, so let's have him take the breeze to get to that star.
Punkay with that nice first try snowman's head.
That's really the hard part here. This course is taking care of the snowman's big head, and the rest of it pretty straightforward. So he'll have a nice time in here.
Even if Punkay doesn't world record, he's pretty much made a 47 at this point.
What's PB for? Excuse me. What's the fastest we've had in a race?
I know at one point Punkay's PB was in a race with like a 48.0x. I forget what exactly it was, and I'm not sure if there was one faster. Ooh, RockChalk messing up a little bit on reds. Punkay about to go for in the deep freeze. This is one of those stars that, like, as a beginner, it's a little bit tricky, but you can figure it out kind of easily. But then when you're at Punkay's level, using these sort of strats, just wild. And he's only saving like half of a second with that over the kick long jump movement.
I do want to note real quick. I know we've been talking about Punkay and he's on a ridiculous pace. He really is. But I want to take a moment to talk about RockChalk. He's playing very, very, very well for where he's at, being the 8th seed. Again, just minor mistakes. Mostly keeping it within about a minute and a half of Punkay, who's again on an incredible pace. But Rock also playing very, very well.
Yup. I mean, really, like, if this were still a league match, Rock would very, very well probably be in just a great position. It's just unfortunate that, oh, RockChalk taking that slide down instead of actually getting up on the snowman's head. That's unfortunate. Ooh, and then ends up diving right over the platform. He's able to back it up. When you go over that fence, I think right beyond that fence, that slope is just big enough for the slide there. And Punkay with that nice secondary punch grab, about to move into HMC. So here we go. Things are really, really heating up. I forget, where, was there any, like, substantial late game time save in, Taco's world record in the late game?
I'm not remembering off the top of my head right now. I'd have to check.
Yeah, I'm sure, I apologize, I can't exactly remember the name of the person that Zoanon keeping track of those splits, but I certainly feel like there's something that he can save at least a little bit of time on.
I mean, I'm sure there's something in Tippy he could probably save some time with. Going for that box jump.
And it's free. Yeah, and Punkay having that little bobble with the castle movement, like kind of going towards LLL briefly, but I don't think that completely kills. I mean, for certain, he's still on, like, I think for sure league record pace.
This is definitely some of the best play that we've seen all season, and it's so cool to see that you're getting some of the best play the first game of the playoff, really heating up what we're about to see over the next couple weeks.
And some people in chat actually telling Punkay to slow down. I'm not sure they fully understand what channel they're watching.
I need some of those fast Mario emotes. He's going too fast.
A little bit too speedy.
Punkay taking care of boulders. Boulder RNG being very nice to him. Saying, you know what, we see the pace you're on, we're going to give you a freebie.
Yep. And Okay, Seba confirming that Punkay had a 48.08, which was his race record. So Punkay in great position to end up beating his own race record. As he is about to move into Tippy. Nice Christmas miracle there. It's nowhere near a miracle for someone like Punkay, though.
He's got to be sweating in there.
Absolutely.
He's got to be. He's got to be.
About to move into Tippy. Only 5 seconds behind world record going into Tippy. Oh, man. Crimson Cat, it wasn't fully understood how exactly the switch would trigger when you were diving. And so it was effectively one of those things that people would go for, and it was called a Christmas miracle if you got it. But now there's a lot better of an understanding of how exactly you should dive to preserve your momentum. And once you get practice enough at it, it's very, very consistent.
Punkay moving into Rainbow Ride.
All right, now.
In around 30 seconds into the level. 39:30 into Rainbow Ride.
Going for standard wall kick movement. Cannot blame him at all.
That's interesting because I saw him practicing that pro strat yesterday, so it's interesting to see him not go for that, keeping it safe.
Yeah, well, I mean, that glitch wall kick can be pretty weird and pretty finicky, so... So the Lakitu bounce is good. Granted, he does still have some stuff to mess with, but in particular, he has been working up a new swinging the breeze strat. So we'll see if he goes for that and how that newer strat could potentially affect him.
Let's see here if he goes for it. Well, he'll go for tricky triangles first.
Yeah, at Punkay's level, when he's going the left side, you're definitely expecting tricky. And based Arceus admitting to us that this race is so exciting, it's actually keeping him at his workplace.
RockChalk in here finishing up HMC. He'll start working his way up to Tippy, taking care of boulders. Boulders being getting a little edgy there with the boulder there with RockChalk, but being nice to him otherwise. And Punkay,
yeah, falling off there and costing him some time. Probably, that's almost definitely the end of Reki, unfortunately. But good backup, at least.
Disappointing to see that, especially at how well he's playing right now, man. You almost don't want to see him make these mistakes. And RockChalk taking a bonk up the stairs.
Is still very certainly on race record pace, though. That is for sure. And I mean, I'm not. Yeah, I definitely think that world record is of course dead, but certainly going to be a very, very good run for him. Could possibly even be a PB. Not exactly sure.
Cleaning up Reds there. Had a little bit of a stutter step, maybe half a second.
And it pretty well was, that mistake was pretty much from that newer pro strat. Yeah, so that's 10 behind world record now. Not sure what his best possible time is, but PB pace is very, very likely, though.
And we'll see Punkay move into TTC.
Yeah.
A more difficult part of Tippy, would you say?
Absolutely. Tsukishima's torture chamber, the tall clock, the just torturous, terrible chamber of doom.
Commentator in here renaming courses from TikTok clock to tall clock, mimicking tall mountain.
I mean, it's a very, very tall structure. Oh, missing that blue. Ugh.
Having to go back for it. Again, half a second. Oh, and RockChalk taking a death in Rainbow Ride. Just absolutely brutal.
Yeah, and meanwhile, puncayshun unable to actually get out of that cage. TTC doing its worst to him right now. I've seen a few world record pace runs from him just end up completely getting ruined by TTC. It's so unfortunate. TTC is just really so unforgiving at this level.
Cleaning up that 100 with that second star there.
And those beautiful wall kicks right there.
I almost don't want to say anything. I almost want to go back into viewer mode and just enjoy what I'm watching here. It's too good.
What pace is Pun on? Pun is definitely still on 47 pace.
Oh my! What is Punk? Oh, Punkay, thank God with the save. Is gonna take a backup here. Almost what is happening?
Oh, the bar!
Oh, he takes a death! Oh my goodness! Absolutely brutal.
What a way to
that.
lose! Oh man!
Oh, not like this! Not like this in chat.
Pepe hands, not like this. SM64 hand, just every form of hands. Pull them all out. Man. Oh.
There's something. I mean, it almost was inevitable. TikTok clock taking another victim.
Yeah, and unfortunately, you know, I saved you from being the one to curse Puncayshun there, I think.
I don't know. I mean, the commentator, the viewers might disagree. Going with a grab there instead of a little bit smoother route there, Punkay. And RockChalk doing this. RockChalk, he just stood there for like 2 seconds.
Yeah, may have just. And who even knows, honestly?
Nerves must be high, having to take just a half a second to kind of stop and gather yourself. And again, RockChalk just on a very good pace, other than taking that one death in Rainbow Ride.
Yeah, that death was just super unfortunate.
I didn't see. Did you happen to see where he died? I don't know how much time that took him.
I think it was like midway through either Tricky Triangle or Swinging in the Breeze.
Okay.
So it was a good like 10
Moderate.
seconds. Or so,
Yeah. And Punkay finishing up TTC here.
Yeah, Rock actually pulling out a really, really nice TTC 100 there.
One more star for Punkay, and we'll move into Bowser in the Sky.
Yep.
I
don't believe
pulling off that pro strat.
Yeah, really, really nice reds from him. It's always nice to see them go that fast. Yeah, 48 is really the only possibility for Punkay. He's looking at a mid to high 48. Yes, please F's in the chat for 47. Punkay learned those reds in like 10 minutes. I'm not surprised. Look at that diving movement. Wow.
He's had really good movement all across the entire castle, so it's good to see him continue that.
And someone saying all we need now is a Punkay save and quit. I think it's a little bit too late for that. Just maybe. Really nice movement so far. Setting up for that moving... Oh, no. Going for moving left.
He's going to go left. Yeah, I was going to say whether he goes right or left. I saw him practicing right, but I figured, you know what, he's probably going to go safe here and go with left. Oh, he's messing up with the left there a little bit.
Yeah, having to back up with the standard standing left.
Oh, just barely dodging that Goomba there.
Yeah, the Goomba deciding to be pretty nice overall as Punkay enters this Bowser fight. 3 throws and he's clenched that 48. And I mean, remembering how insane Punkay's pace was, RockChalk is at 68 stars right now. And he gets towed last instead of almost last like Punkay. So this has actually been a really good run from RockChalk. As Punkay... Oh, go on, sorry.
Having a little bit of a difficult time there with reds.
And taking that kind of... Oh, and falling through that gap there. Punkay pulling off a 48-28.
Just incredible. Took care of those Bowser throws real easily. He got all 3 of them, man.
Yep. GG's to Punkay. Real quick, Senior Kittens, the game will not actually let you go up that staircase normally until you have 70 stars. You can use BLJs to get up there without 70, but in 70 star, BLJs are completely banned.
Looks like Rock is going to go ahead and finish up here, see if he can get his 50 here. Probably a high 50. Messing up on the stairs there.
And it appears Punkay did not actually realize that this was a best of 3, typing in the Discord chat, should I join for post-race interview?
Thought it was one and done.
This man's. Well, he now has another opportunity for a 47, so this could...
We'll see if he can carry that confidence into round 2. RockChalk opting for left side. Oh, and he falls! Takes a fall. Not too bad, though.
Yeah, certainly a little bit lucky that he ended up not falling even further with how close he was to the edge of that platform.
Oh, I'm missing it again. '50's probably out of the question now.
Oh, yeah, almost definitely, unfortunately.
Grabbing that right side will move up the elevator. Very nice movement. And we'll see him finish up with Bowser throws as well.
Yeah, let's see if he can end up clinching a 51 with this Bowser fight.
Oh, taking a pause. Maybe he...
Oh, I think he might just be deciding to...
Okay, he's gonna finish. He's gonna stop here, and we'll move on to round 2. Probably take a little bit of a break real quick and get ready.
Yeah, apparently RockChalk also did not realize that it was a best of 3. Very, very interesting how these players both managed to come into this playoffs round without realizing that.
They probably both went into it saying, you know what, this is the only one, so I've got to give everything, not realizing they've got 3. Not only do they have best 2 out of 3 today, but then they have best 2 out of 3 in on Saturday as well.
Yep.
And they're going to go ahead and go right now.
It's me,
No
Oh,
break.
and that near sync already. Real nice. Okay, so from that first race, Punkay is just on fire right now, first off. RockChalk really has his work cut out for him, but RockChalk is playing really consistently. So
I really just want to see the both of them take this confidence into round 2, and I want to see them do even better.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And RockChalk does have some places that he can certainly save time. And if Punkay is, you know, I wouldn't expect him to still be super, super rattled. I mean, maybe the nerves from the ending of that last race or maybe mess with him a little bit. But, you know, I'm expecting Punkay to still keep playing just as consistently. But there is like the small possibility, I think, that all of the mistakes in Rainbow Ride and TTC are, you know, maybe tilted him, and it might be hard to get rid of that tilt really quickly, like he alluded to.
Well, and it's interesting. I've heard a little bit about positive tilt as well. So I'm hoping that Punkay doesn't allow this last round to affect him too much. And rather than being like, man, I should have done better last round, should have gotten that, PB or that world record even. Why did I mess up in TTC? Just carry over and say, okay, did well in the first round. Let me just carry that into the second round. Both going for bomb clip here. Making it look really easy.
Yeah, no island hop from Punkay, it seems. I mean, I certainly wouldn't have. I don't know.
Well, it's interesting because again, like I said, you know Punkay can pull off these harder strats, but is it, again, he beat RockChalk in the regular season, so is it worth it to pull off these harder moves when you know you can beat him either way?
Yeah, I mean, he certainly may also be thinking about, too, that failing island hop costs a pretty substantial amount of time if you end up failing it the wrong way. If you end up, like, realizing that you didn't get the first E, or, like, the wall kick just straight up doesn't come out, it's not that bad. But if
Double
you end up,
12
like...
sevens?
Very nice. If you end up, like, forgetting... Or if you end up doing the dive and missing the island, it's such a time loss. Because you go so far out of your way to go do it that even though you back up with bomb clip, it's just so slow.
Moving straight into Womp's Fortress. Maybe half a second of difference between Punkay and RockChalk here. Let's see what they go for first here. And it looks like both of them going for Owless right off the bat.
Nice double Owless.
And both of them making it look clean. RockChalk cleaning up his Owless from last time, making it look easy.
Yep, just beautiful, beautiful stuff. Hawkeye thinks that Womp's Fortress will create distance. I could certainly see that, no doubt.
Well, that's what initially caused the difference in round one. Again, was Owless and RockChalk messing up and having to go for it twice. Both of them going for cannonless and texture sub. Again, real clean.
God, that Punkay just makes that opening side flip look so easy. It's a little bit finicky to mess with. Maybe I'm just like trying a really dumb way of doing it, but for whatever reason, it's really hard for me to grab the tree on the back like that.
Neither of these guys going for Pro Cycle.
Yeah, which, I mean, you really can't blame them. Pro Cycle can be pretty risky. It's really tight. Nice 100 coin from Punkay, though.
And RockChalk, again, he's keeping it tight. He's keeping it right in there. He's not allowing Punkay to take a whole lot of room right off the bat.
Yeah, he's really keeping up right now, that's for sure. Let's hope that he can continue this momentum through as much of the game as possible, and maybe even pull ahead at some point pretty quickly.
Really, what RockChalk has to be thinking right now is, okay, I just gotta be consistent. You know, basically he's gotta be waiting to see if Punkay, and doing a little headstand there. He's gotta be thinking, you know, okay, Punkay isn't, you know, bulletproof. He's gotta have something in the chainmail that he can beat. And so I've just got to be consistent. I think that's what RockChalk is kind of playing off of.
Yeah, I definitely think that's the case, for sure. Now both of them going into the kind of slower starters here in Womps. Pretty nice and free.
Cleaning up the big Womp.
PB for RockChalk is a 49-10, by the way.
People in the chat saying nice and tight.
And then, of course, the errors. Which, you know, I haven't mentioned this in a while. I used to kind of talk about this a lot, but that Womp story is just really, really tragic. In particular, like, the grunts that he makes whenever you ground pound on top of them, kind of keep that in the back of your mind. And I'll try to point out a bit later, there's a bit of an interesting thing that I think people need to know about regarding that.
RockChalk messing up on that flip up to the slide just slightly. Again, just giving Punkay seconds. But I am interested in your game theory there.
It seems a couple of people may have heard this before. Apologies if it sounds a bit stale.
12-6 and a 12-9 respectively between Punkay and RockChalk.
Very nice.
And we'll move into Sky Reds.
Yeah,
or
Wingcap
Reds.
Can be... Looks like Punkay is doing pretty nicely. Real nice. Oh, wow. That's beautiful flying again. Jeez. Oh, but then RockChalk... Wait, did he... Okay, no,
he grabbed him.
Wow.
I was thinking the same thing, too. I was like, flying real tight there. Getting him, and then obviously got all 8 of them and got the star.
That is just insane.
That's
wow.
Really good flying for both of them, and we'll move into Dark World.
Yeah, this time around, Rock's certainly not going down without a fight.
Well, he's just keeping it close, and that's all he's got to do. Ooh. A little bit of a stall there, and bonking. Dodging those amps very nicely. Punkay cleaning up those 8 reds.
Nice and beautiful. RockChalk kind of having to deal with a weird cycle there and taking that ledge grab, losing some time here, but a lot closer to Punkay than he was in that first race through Dark World.
And Punkay will go into his first Bowser fight. Taking care of him very easily. We have a little bit of time here between now and the next level. Do you want to talk a little bit about pace?
Sure thing. So pace is going to be starting up on the 25th of this month. I'm going to go ahead and paste that command in chat so y'all can go ahead and see all the information about it. That is where we will have the live grand finals of this 70-star league, as well as our Odyssey and Celeste any percent leagues. I will actually be coming for those grand finals of the Celeste League. Super excited about that. And we're also going to have a ton of really cool showcase runs. I look forward to seeing as many people there as possible. It's going to be such a great event. I'm especially hyped for the OOT run. We're going to have ZFG doing a better OOT Hundo run, as well as Torj doing a OOT any percent run. So both of those should be really, really hyped to see. And of course, one of the huge attractors of the event, a 4-way 120-star race between Cheese, Punkay, D Whatever, and Siglemic, which, interestingly enough, I had actually heard through the grapevine, Siglemic was actually the one that contacted GSA asking to submit 120-star for pace. So I'm sure there's some people kind of thinking that, maybe we reached out to him and asked him. No, it was actually he was asking us. So pretty fascinating.
Hmm.
Definitely looking forward to whatever performance he's able to provide there. Certainly sounds like he's just going to be pulling out some insane strats and has probably been putting a lot of time into the category. As both these guys obviously having put a ton of time into that advanced wall kicks will work strat, both of them pulling some really, really nice, clean movement there.
Rock Chalk was having to eat the ground pound there. And, ooh, missing the little penguin there before grabbing it. Again, just small mistakes here and there. Just again giving Punkay seconds. Punkay carrying his pace in and going for 100 in CCM. Nothing too dramatic so far, other than Punkay's ridiculous pace last round. Both of them taking a slide. Ooh, Punkay hitting an invis wall there.
Yeah, nice getting through the...
Ooh, does RockChalk only have 97? Yeah, he has 97, so he has to go back and grab another red. Missing that extra red on top of the tree there.
That's pretty unfortunate.
And grabbing the tree. Okay, he's starting to open up and make some mistakes here. As Punkay moves into Big Boo's haunt. Taking care of the Big Boo there. And easily grabbing the star.
Yep, as Punkay gonna be moving back in for that haunted bookcase star again.
When I was a kid, I played this as a kid when it first came out. FYI, I'm an old man, and I refused to play this level because I was too scared of it, and I had to get my uncles to play it for me.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm guessing it was the piano.
Oh, and it's the music got to me. It actually kept me up one night. I remember, I remember this distinctly. It scared me too much to play that course.
That's aw.
Punkay moving downstairs.
Yeah, Punkay about to move into SSL, still on really good pace, honestly. Pulling out a really nice start to this second race, sorry.
Taking that standing grab on Mipsy again. And you'll jump into SSL around 38 seconds. See here. And Punkay going for Tama Pless. And getting it on the first go.
Yep, Yep, let's see. I'm sure he's going to be going back for that double just like that first round. And Rock Chalk actually, with
About,
the...
he's about 45 seconds behind. And oh, he's messing up on that pillarless, having
Yep,
to
losing
go.
the bomb.
Where's he gonna go? Deciding on that top pillar, top of the pyramid star.
Here we go.
That was a pretty good backup. We'll see if he can get it on the second go. And he does get Tom. Oh, he's made the same mistake.
Yet again.
Same mistake as before. What's going to be his backup now? He can't get atop the pyramid. He's going to have to go all the way across and go for Talon. He's going to have to wait there. This is just eating away. This is going to kill him.
Yeah, and I mean, you got to keep in mind that that last race that he fell so far behind, he didn't actually have any Tama plus fails. So this is certainly going to cause a much more substantial time loss for him this time around.
Let's see if he goes for pillarless again here. And he will. Let's see if he takes the Tama. He does. And much more successful this time around. And pretty smooth into the pyramid there.
Just great stuff from Punkay's side, though, again.
He going for double pillarless, and he can't get it, and he gets sucked up by the tornado there. Just eating away, and he's going to take a death. RockChalk taking a death in SSL. And he's going to move on to Lethal Lava Land. He's not even going to worry about the second pillarless. I think that's a pretty good move. What do you think?
I definitely think so. If it's just not working out for you, I don't really see the reason to keep going for it.
Getting that triple bully. And grabbing the star. Now he didn't go for the double pillarless. Where's he going to need to make up that star? Punkay going for lava boost. Making it look easy.
And RockChalk does manage to get the bully there that time. Yeah, Punkay losing a couple of seconds, but he didn't actually like that first run. I think this was like the first mistake that we actually kind of forgot about, was him failing that triple jump with the wing cap off of the arch. So making up a little bit of time this time around. Just on an insane run again. Like, how is Punkay managing to play this consistently? I don't get it.
He's got to be in that mindset, man.
It really just must be.
Punkay's one of those guys who just wants it. You know, he goes into it and he says he's going to take it, takes it.
He's certainly the type of guy that will put in as much time as it takes to get the consistency that he wants.
Chat wondering if Punkay's on pace again.
It certainly appears to be so.
I think he might be slightly behind where he was last round, but other than making a few mistakes here and there, he's having to clean up the bullies there. Looking pretty good. RockChalk with the grab there. And falling, ooh. Falling into the lava there before moving into the volcano. And Punkay will move into the slower part of the run here, moving into the Dire Docks.
Yep. Pretty, I mean, yeah, aside from front sub, there's really not a whole lot going on here. I mean, this treasure chest swimming movement, once you have practiced it a little while, it's really easy and consistent. Especially, like, taking the route that these guys are taking a little bit further away from that chest on the hill. It's really free, pretty much.
We'll see if Punkay goes again for front sub here. I'm thinking he's gonna. And did RockChalk jump over to HMC? Yeah, he did. He jumped over to HMC's docks. Oh wait,
Well,
he missed the
because
SSL. That's my fault.
Yeah, because he didn't do double plex, he had to do HMC early. I wonder if he's practiced up Toxic Maze and if he'll go ahead and do that to make up for one of the stars that he's going to be missing here. And he is! Very nice. Just going right through that wall.
RockChalk knowing what he needs to do to make up for not doing those other stars. And Punkay, Punkay having trouble with that front sub. And he is determined to take that right side sub, and he gets it on the third try.
Yup. Now, remember, I'm pretty sure RockChalk does still have to do another star to make up for not grabbing the 50-star MIPS.
Mm-hmm. So we'll see him jump in again.
Punkay making that submarine look completely free, as if there aren't any lag frames whatsoever. Just insane gameplay from his side.
Easily taking care of the Stingray.
Alright, now, Punkay making some good progress in Fire Sea. Remember that last time he made early Ellie's with Lava Boost really handily. Let's see if he can do it again. Looks to be about the same, pretty much.
Oh, taking a
bonk! Oh, that's gonna cost him.
He'll miss that lava boost, so he'll have to make it up by climbing up these stairs.
Yeah, early Ellie is still very, very free for him. Not even needing a triple. So it manages to grab a good ending despite that lava boost fail.
And RockChalk easily taking care of boulders in HMC.
Yeah, just beautiful stuff.
You don't see what RockChalk is doing too often, having to go into HMC first before moving over to Dire Dock. So grabbing Toad and moving on over.
Yep, technically RockChalk with that higher star count, but of course, whenever Punkay ends up going upstairs, the lead will become apparent yet again.
See which way RockChalk decides to go with when we come to the sub. But we'll take care of chests first. As Punkay moves upstairs and into Wet Dry World. Let's see if he gets these double boxes again.
He gets the first one, but has already missed his safety coin. Gets the double yet again.
Man,
beautiful stuff.
Just impressive stuff.
And the RNG is perfect. Wow.
Taking a little bit of a burn, but nothing too bad.
Coin RNG a little bit meh, unfortunately. Kevin Crunch with the 9-month sub streak. Thank you so much for that resub. Can we get some clocks in the chat as per that request?
And RockChalk sliding off. Just up there going with the left side, and oh, he just can't get it there.
Yeah, let's see if he's able to nab it this time.
Getting a resync here. And he'll get it that third try.
And the Martin Fee asking if we can splice the run any better. Can we get a couple of ZFG splices in chat?
RockChalk had a little bit of difficulty getting that star just above that vortex. And we'll see him move into Fire Sea now. And now we've got a proper sync.
Yep, back to normal. RockChalk just kind of having a couple of little issues with stream lag, looked like, but all good now. Rocking that nice new movement.
Hopefully I have no more accusations of splicing here. We wouldn't want that here in GSA.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Manages to get that dive nice and clean. Looks like looking
Going
at
for
how
lava
exactly,
boost. Very nice
good.
lava boost.
So actually going to be saving some time over Punkay with that. Let's see how he manages to finish out the stage here. Nice ending.
Fire Sea looking much better than last round. Definitely.
Yeah, and two hands, one sword asking us to splice RockChalk to be ahead of Punkay.
I don't think we're allowed to do that.
And now Punkay moving into the Snowman's Land. Gonna be doing the same order as last time, starting off with the Snowman's Head.
Just as clean as the first time around. And Punkay on just an incredible pace again. We've kind of undermined it this round, but he's just cleaned the whole way through. Maybe he's thinking, hey, I didn't get PB that last time.
Now, what's weird to me though is I'm thinking about it, and he hasn't gone into THI or TTM. I wonder why he chose to go to Snowman's Land first. Because it is actually, I think, going to waste a little bit of time since the castle movement is going to be different. And I think that is the entire reason why SL is actually later, is because it takes longer to get back out of the room that SL is in.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute.
Choice.
I would be shocked, but knowing Punkay, I would not be completely surprised either. I feel like there's a mild chance. Okay, no, it would be really, really strange, and it wouldn't make any sense. I was about to say that maybe he was about to go to HMC afterwards just to get a better sync, but that would make no sense whatsoever.
Mm.
Especially given that MIPS wouldn't spawn with the 50s. Yeah, he's going to be leaving normally. I'm not Again, I'm just not quite sure what that movement decision was there.
We'll have to ask him after the race. Maybe he just had a brain decided to go there instead of THI or TTM, but now he'll go into TTM.
Yeah, and I mean, it's certainly, like, looking at how fast he was able to get back out of that room, I don't think it's going to waste a whole lot of time. Breezeless is free. 2 for 2. Very nice. Punkay has lifted that Breezeless curse. RockChalk with the very nice finish for this 100 coin through Wet Dry World.
And he had that safety one too, just in case. Punkay with Mountain Clip. Moving on up.
And again, just beautiful movement up behind that waterfall. Yeah, RockChalk is really pulling off some pretty awesome stuff.
Both of these guys are just playing at their highest level right now.
Yeah, Rock's double box kick, I think it was partially because we were a little bit confused as to what was going on with Punkay's routing, but his 100 coin went really, really solid.
He got the first double box kick and he tried to go for the second one but didn't get it.
Nice bounce off that skater. Can we get some K-Konas in chat for the skaters?
Very nice top of the town from Rock, not having to deal with the boxes that time. Punkay going for reds here at TTM.
And a faster movement this time.
A little bit more confidence there. Definitely can see that he's a little bit more confident about that. Not taking it safe and going for that dive there.
Yeah, just blazing fast this time around.
Now we can clearly see how far behind RockChalk is. 4 stars behind in comparison to Punkay.
And HMC's stars are relatively quick, so especially once Punkay ends up going into HMC, that's really where we'll see his lead become apparent.
I'd like to know what pace he's on right now.
Yeah, certainly with that, with missing lava boost, it's definitely gonna cost him a little bit of time. Ooh, RockChalk with that bonk there. But
taking a second minor bonk as well. Missing secret there the first time around, having to walk back for not getting that top mountain clip. He was saying that he was having trouble with that and didn't like that clip too much earlier yesterday.
All right, so let's see. Punkay going to be moving on back into THI for that last couple of stars. It's kind of funny how they're both actually in the same stage, but 5 stars apart, just due to Punkay with that interesting fail on mountain clip. Don't know when the last time he's failed mountain clip has been.
Yeah, that was messing me up too, the star count, because RockChalk still has to go into Snowland, where Punkay already did that. So RockChalk jumping over the pipe there, having to climb back up.
That's unfortunate. At least he was able to back that up really nicely, though.
Not killing the piranha plant that first go around, having to come back and kill him.
Yeah, just rough extermination right now. Certainly a bit of a kind of meh round at the moment through THI for RockChalk.
You can kind of tell that the last round, the end there, disappointing end for RockChalk, not keeping it as clean and having that death there in Tippy. Kind of, it seems to be affecting him a little bit.
Yup, I can certainly agree with that. And now Punkay going to be going in for his own late HMC.
Grabbing Mipsed. Very easily.
And not punching Toad in the face, just beautiful.
Just every part of this is clean. Only a couple minor mistakes. Just a couple minor mistakes. We'll see. You know, if he moves into Tippy, if he can keep TTC cleaner than last time, maybe we can see a PB here. What kind of pace do you think he's on right now?
I think we could certainly see either a very low 48 or potentially a high 47 if Tippy goes well, but it is certainly still up in the air. I think for sure world record is not in the running, obviously, and I think PB would be very, very tight if it's still possible, but...
RockChalk getting breezeless there after his second try.
Nice.
First round having difficulty with that, having to take the breeze, but this time getting it. Very nice. And Punkay making HMC just look like child's work.
Yup. Especially like that, the platform movement that goes up to the triple box jump, that movement is actually really, really messed up. Like, it's one of those things that I tried learning it for a while, and then after a couple of hours, I just had to accept that it was honestly just too advanced for me. It's one of those things that it doesn't look particularly hard until you start trying to mess with it. Then you realize just how precise it actually is to get up there.
Well, you don't realize how much, like, how little space that you have to move around on. Like, other than Tippy, obviously, HMC is one of those areas where the areas that Mario has to walk around on isn't widespread. You know, they're just areas, like small little areas that you can easily fall. So you have to be precise with that movement. And Punkay easily taking care of the Boulder Star.
Dum Dum, it's not that it's like precise in the same way that, like, say Cannonless is precise. It's just that, like, the movement is kind of tight. Like actually getting everything right to be able to walk it up there. And it's just, like, I think really the harder part is just learning it in the first place and learning how to properly, because, like, what's difficult about it is that you're trying to move Mario enough forward right after going through the door that you're able to, like, when you actually turn and then start jumping towards the wall for the wall kick, you want to be, like, pretty far left from the lantern. It's weird to like figure out exactly how to align it, especially when you're first trying to learn the game.
Punkay is deciding to go with TTC before Rainbow Ride.
Interesting choice there. I have not seen this, like, ever. Maybe he's thinking that...
Oh, and missing that!
That wall kick for pendulums, that's unfortunate.
Nothing too bad. Interesting choices, rather than going for Rainbow Ride, going TT first and then go for Rainbow Ride. Seeing both these guys taking different routes.
Yeah, I think it might just be Punkay wanting to, like... Oh, wow.
Oh, jeez.
I can't believe that worked out. Oh, man.
You got very lucky there with that ledge grab.
That was really satisfying. You're absolutely right. Jeez.
Even cleaning that same star up. Maybe his thought process is he wants to get it out of the way because this is where he died the last round. So get it out of the way now. Move on to Rainbow Ride, where he had a pretty easy time other than that swinging in the breeze.
Yeah, I feel like that's almost certainly the case.
One coin getting away from him shouldn't be too big of a problem.
And let's see how 100 coin ends up going for him. The 100 coin wasn't his biggest mistake, but he did have some trouble getting out of the cage here, and just generally had some just weird mess ups throughout the star.
Mm-hmm.
Making sure to grab that blue nice and clean.
And RockChalk will make his way up to the tippy as well.
And Punkay, instead of getting that side flip walking off the platform, but able to get that jump instead to back up. Really nice. Mr. Noodle Bear, he decided to do TTC first rather than Rainbow Ride first. Missing the box, though. Gonna have to slow down a bit and run back for it.
And grabbing the ledge there, slowing him down just a little bit more. But again, nothing too bad. We haven't seen anything too bad from either of these guys this round either. RockChalk missing the red coin there, not sliding up high enough.
Yeah, that's a really easy one to miss because, like, the optimal way of doing it just barely nicks that coin's hitbox with the slide. All right, now let's see how this start ends up going for Punkay. Remember that he did end up taking a death on,
Whoa!
Not actually getting a side flip there.
Almost a little bit of commentator curse again.
Ooh,
and taking a
bonk
bonk
instead of actually getting through the,
We're backing it up again.
Nice little synchronized grabs. Did RockChalk end up getting Lakitu bounce? I didn't see. He did just grab Cruiser, but...
I wasn't watching either. I'm trying to flip back and forth here.
Yeah, it can certainly be a little hard, especially after you've done a few races throughout the day.
You did three races today, yeah?
Yeah, it was. I guess if you want to get a bit technical, sort of like 4, because both the races I did were playoffs with 2 races each. But
yeah, so you've had a long day.
A little bit. It's weird because it doesn't feel like a super long day. It's just at a certain point it does. I'm starting to notice like the attention kind of getting a bit weird, you know?
Yeah. RockChalk going for his swinging in the breeze, and Punkay picking up Toad and moving into reds.
And RockChalk with that nice swing in the breeze.
Punkay taking a death in Rainbow Ride right out the gate. That's unfortunate to see.
Yeah, it's just like he purposely saved Rainbow Ride. Oh, he's going for a glitchy wall kick, and he gets it. Nice backup there. Oh, but
he slips off!
That looked so clean. No.
What is happening right now? Punkay, Rainbow Ride, taking another victim.
Man, they don't call it Reset Ride for nothing. That is for sure.
RockChalk making its way. RockChalk taking a pause but not dying, fortunately, during his TTC 100.
Lunar Jump telling us to yell louder. The master of the mic distortion right there. Shout outs to Lunar Jump.
Yeah.
My ear balls!
I'll try to be quieter, I apologize. This is just too exciting.
Yeah, Punkay just going insane on Rainbow Ride. Able to get that Lakitu bounce this time around. Dump Dome, I love all of the chat.
No spoilers wanting me to be louder. Punkay going for tricky triangles here.
Very, very nice. Nice diving movement and such. Just super clean. It's really, really satisfying when you get tricky triangles nice like that.
RockChalk having a little bit of difficulty there. Sliding past the star there.
Yeah, nearly falling off the platform. That would have been so nice if that dive would have actually gone right into it. Yeah, 47 certainly not happening. It's been dead for a minute now.
That death certainly solidified it, but now Punkay's got his 70, and he'll move on up to bits. RockChalk having a little bit of difficulty with that pendulum.
And Punkay moving on up to bits. Not as clean on those staircase dives as before, but let's see if he can pull off a really nice solid bits for yet another 48. Double 48s in a run are just wild.
I mean, he's
in a situation like this.
Both of his runs, both rounds were just so solidly on pace, just really clean. And besides the 2 deaths, one in each round, he'll go left side here. He's just keeping it clean the whole way through.
Oh yeah, and just the consistency involved. Jeez.
And taking care of bits very easily, and will take on Bowser for 3 more throws.
And he was 3 for 3 on those first ones, so let's see if he can replicate that yet again. And it's good.
And
nice.
Final throw for Punkay will solidify this set. He'll go 2 for 3. He'll go 2 for 2, and we'll move into the runs on Saturday, where RockChalk and Punkay will race each other again, with Punkay having 1 set lead.
Yup, and Jamin with that perfect prediction of the 48-44. Just GG's to Punkay for those double 48s, rather.
Yeah, I think he had a 48-38 and a 48-44.
That is just insane.
Just
6 seconds apart.
2 incredible runs. You know, if he hadn't have taken that death, the one in TTC and the other one in Rainbow Ride, could have seen 47s.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And RockChalk having some difficulty here with Reds. He's taking his time. Back spinning.
And we'll be getting both these guys in here for interviews once RockChalk has finished up with his last race here.
Here we go.
Just those 2 runs, I'm reflecting on them, and they're just 2 impressive runs by Punkay. I mean, you couldn't have asked for anything. You could have almost asked for anything better than that.
Yeah, and I mean, like with the fact that like he almost finished that first run, like he was in the middle of Tippy on world record pace. That is just insane. Like how many players do you know that can actually pull off something like that in the middle of a race setting?
It was funnier as how he commented, "I have no idea. Good right now."
Right.
In the middle of that.
When RockChalk having to readjust with that triple jump dive there, fortunately that readjustment does pay off and he gets it first try. It's always rough to see people fail that. Having to sliding all the way down. Is he gonna be able to? Okay, he's just barely on the edge over there. Gonna be
going into Mario cam there. It takes another slide.
I wonder if he's just messing around at this point. I almost feel like he is. Okay, no, he's got his way back up there. Okay. Going for... Oh! It took that weird lineup.
Grab, thankfully.
It looked almost like he was about to try right side and then decided not to, but then because of the weird angle that he decided to take, that's why he fell off like that. Jeez.
Right. Having a little difficulty there with the elevator.
And making his way through, though, he is going into this Bowser fight. Low 52, pretty well possible. Which, I mean, that is not a time to sneeze at whatsoever.
No, both these guys... Ooh, RockChalk taking a hit from Bowser there. Both these guys play just generally very, very consistent through both rounds. And RockChalk, he didn't take a single death this round, did he?
No, I don't believe he did.
You'll miss that third throw there. You can see Mario Cam being flipped there out of frustration. At least he's not hitting the pause button.
Yup, exactly. Just wasting even more time. Oh, right. There was that SSL death with the Potos fail. And another
you're right.
miss. I was wondering if those extended range bombs were going to take hold this time around, but not this time, unfortunately. Let's see. He's winding it up. And it's good this time around. All right, and so we've got RockChalk in the call now. How are you feeling after that race, man?
Oh, well, not great. The second one was just not gonna be good from the beginning. Wasn't prepared for two, and I think just kind of fatigue. Been playing a lot yesterday and today. Definitely worse than I ever could have imagined, though. The first race, I say this in every interview because it's the issue every time. There's always one mistake that I can't seem to get past, and it just completely derails the run. This time it was that ground pound in Fire Sea. I could feel my soul leave my body with that ground pound. And then I might as well just set the controller down. After that, it was, I don't know, I just can't. It was so much worse. So it started pretty promising, but yeah.
Speaking of yesterday, RockChalk, how'd that PB feel?
Pretty good. Yeah, thanks.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely still riding that high.
Now, we got puncayshun in the call, too. How are you feeling, especially after that first race was world record pace all the way into Tippy?
I mean, I can't really complain about these times. Anything sub 49 is pretty good. Before that first race began. Oh yeah, I should mention this. This whole time, I thought it was just one race and one race at a time.
Well, actually, both of you had made the mistake of thinking that it was only a runway race, not realizing that there were actually possibly 3 races on the line.
Yeah, I'm glad I wasn't the only one who had the same mistake. But I was nervous before it began, and then usually after I'm out of the Womps Fortress, I calm down a lot more. And I don't know what happened. I was playing amazing on the first race. I just entered Zen mode and just thought the game was kind of easy. I wasn't nervous or anything.
Yeah, of course, TTC wreaking its havoc. I mean, what was going through your head, especially there was that first little bobble in Rainbow Ride, but then TTC was really kind of where that first run had some issues.
I mean, that first race was that's basically how my runs have been going in a nutshell. I don't know, up to TTC, I'm either world record pace or not too far off of it, and then I just had the Mario meltdown in TikTok. So that the pin and the pendulum star, I don't know what happened. I literally didn't do that star correctly once. And on my first race, actually it might have been, no, it was my first race. I did the beginning movement after the triple jump wall kick, right? And I decided to get the second highest star because I just want to give Pit and the Pendulums another shot, and then I screwed it up again. I don't know what happened, but that first race was barely world record pace until that big mistake in Rainbow Ride. After that mistake in Rainbow Ride, it was over 100%.
Yeah, I think you were I think 5 seconds off going into Rainbow Red or something like that. So you had time to make up, but it was still like really really close. But I did want to ask too, what made you decide to pick that kind of interesting stage order in that second race, starting with SL on upstairs?
I didn't do that to like disrespect or anything. I just did it like for the meme. I was just like, you know what, this might be like kind of fun, so let's just switch it up.
Oh
It-
yeah,
it,
no,
it was just a meme route. That's all there was to it.
we didn't think there was any sort of disrespect or anything involved. For a split second, I thought that you were gonna end up doing HMC late right after SL again, but then I was like, wait, that's not 50 stars. I'm dumb.
So, being the first playoff race of this season, what was your guys' mentality walking into the race?
My mentality was to not make mistakes. There you go. My mentality was like just I don't know, just don't think too much about it and just try to focus and play well, and that paid off.
Yeah, mine wasn't really much different than usual. Going up against Punkay, it's not like I'm expecting to win. I just wanted to like have good times, which I did not get. But yeah, maybe next time. Yeah, I didn't really take a different approach to it than I have been.
Well, both of you guys played really consistently across the board, besides the couple of deaths there. You know, one death each round, but just really good play from both of you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks.
Speaking of next time, y'all's next race is 10 p.m. EST on Saturday. What are your plans on preparing for that? Starting with RockChalk.
I'll probably play a little less. Like I said, I'm kind of burned out from the last 2 days. So might just kind of take it easy before then. But otherwise, yeah, I don't know. I'll probably work on the stuff that was not good today. I might just run some 70 because I don't usually like do 70. So maybe kind of get in the habit a little bit. But I think I'm mostly just gonna tone it down a bit, not play so much.
And Pancake Jones, what about you? What are your plans for the next couple of days prepping for that Saturday race?
My plan is to play Mario and play well.
Fair.
just keeping it simple. That's it.
Seems like as good a plan as any. Well, thanks so much to both of you and GG's, and definitely worth pointing out to Rock Chalk. Those were some pretty nice runs overall, especially like it with how far behind you were at some points. It did kind of look bad, but it's because you were against like in that first race a near world record pace run. So
Yeah. No, I think like
definitely.
overall they weren't too bad. It's just like the things I messed up happened to kind of be really big mistakes. So yeah, I mean like 90% of it felt like I was playing okay, but you just kind of have to. It's kind of unlucky how some mistakes are worth a lot more, and I kind of were stacking up this race.
Yep. Well, with that, before we let these guys go, Scotch, do you have any other questions for them?
No, I do not. Ready to go whenever you are.
All right. Well, one last time, GG's to both of our racers, and thanks to all of you for watching GSA today. If you watched only this race or all three of our playoff matches today, we're starting bright and early at 11 a.m. EST tomorrow with D whatever versus Benji in the 70-star league. That should be a pretty cool match. We will actually be calming that, myself and Scotch and Ty Guy.
The two of us will be back in there again. Stoked for another first round playoff.
Yeah, that one should be really, really exciting as well. And in case we don't see you there that morning, we hope that you stop by again sometime soon. And once again, thanks so much for watching this race. We definitely hope you come back at some other point. Peace out.
Later.